On a cool autumn evening, 5 friends, Jake, Lisa, Tom, Sarah, and Mark, decided to go camping in Pine Hollow Woods. The woods were known for their beautiful scenery, but also for spooky stories about strange happenings and mysterious disappearances. The friends were excited for an adventure and set up their campsite deep in the forest. As dusk settled in, they built a campfire and began roasting marshmallows. They shared ghost stories, laughing and teasing each other to keep the mood light. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, a distant howl echoed through the trees, making them all pause. "It's just a coyote," Lisa said, trying to sound confident. The group nodded, though they couldn't shake a feeling of unease. Later that night, as they sat around the fire, a soft tapping sound started circling their campsite. At first, they thought it was just a woodpecker, but the sound grew louder and more rhythmic. Jake, always the brave one, decided to check it out. He grabbed a flashlight and walked towards the trees. The tapping stopped abruptly, and Jake found nothing but darkness. He shrugged and returned to the fire, but the strange sound had unsettled them all. As the night went on, the temperature dropped, and the tapping sound returned, now accompanied by faint whispers. Sarah noticed strange symbols carved into the trees around them, glowing faintly in the firelight. "Did anyone see these before?" she asked, her voice trembling. The group shook their heads, feeling more uneasy. They decided to check their phones, but there was no signal. Their GPS devices also stopped working. Panic set in as they realized they were cut off from the outside world. Desperate to find help, they spotted a narrow, overgrown path that seemed to lead deeper into the woods. Hoping it might lead to a road or a house, they decided to follow it. After what felt like hours of walking, they stumbled upon an old, abandoned cabin. The cabin was falling apart, with broken windows and a creaky door. Inside, they found dusty furniture and a sense of deep loneliness. On a rickety table lay a journal with yellowed pages. Jake opened it and began to read. The journal told stories of campers who had disappeared in the woods and warned anyone who found it to leave immediately. Just as Jake finished reading, the tapping sound returned, louder and more menacing. The whispers grew clearer, filling the cabin with an eerie presence. Terrified, the friends decided to head back to their camp, but the forest seemed to have changed. The path twisted and turned in unfamiliar ways, and the trees seemed to close in on them. When they finally reached their campsite, they found their gear destroyed and the campfire out. The air was thick with fear, and from the shadows a pair of glowing eyes emerged. A chilling voice whispered, "You shouldn't have come." Paralyzed with fear, the friends could barely move as the eyes drew closer, revealing a shadowy figure with an air of ancient malice. Summoning all their courage, they ran through the forest, chased by the unseen presence. Branches clawed at their clothes, and the ground seemed to shift beneath their feet, making every step a struggle. The tapping and whispers surrounded them, driving them to the brink of madness. Just as they thought they couldn't run any further, they stumbled upon a ranger station as dawn broke. They burst into the station, their appearance wild and desperate. The ranger listened to their frantic story with a grim expression. "You're not the first," he said quietly. "Pine Hollow Woods has its secrets, and some things are best left undisturbed." Exhausted and shaken, the friends left Pine Hollow Woods that morning, vowing never to return. The memory of those glowing eyes and the relentless tapping haunted them for years, a chilling reminder of the night they came face to face with the horrors lurking within Pine Hollow Woods.